Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel, and this is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast. What do you got for me today?
I guess, yeah. I've seen like
What's up, party people?
What's up, people that like to party?
Or not. That's fine too. Actually, I feel like party is your own definition, you know? Party to me, just vibing at home, hanging out.
That's exactly what that kind of person would say.
That kind of person? What
Yeah.
kind of person is that?
Yeah, your kind would say that.
At the party if I'm there.
I just like to cuddle up and read a good book.
I just barely got into reading books like this year.
I know, you just learned to read.
I'm not convinced I know how to read. I just memorized a bunch of words.
Dude, I understand that.
Actually, ever since you got me like my Kindle, what a game changer. I'm learning all different kinds of words. Because I would just like read it and just kind of use context clues. I'm like, okay, that must be what that word meant. But I would never, even though I have a freaking, I don't know, smart computer in my pocket, like I could just Google the word.
It's
but
faster
that just
to know it in your own noggin.
yeah,
huh?
so I could just pause my book, look it up. That's just pain. But on my Kindle, I just hold the word and it instantly pops up with my stuff. It's freaking awesome.
That is pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, I learned, or like, I didn't really, crevice.
You didn't know what crevice was?
No, I knew what it was, but I don't know if I've ever seen it written on a, like, written.
It's spelled like device, but with CR at the beginning.
Maybe. I already forgot. But either way, I was like reading it and I was like, is that crevices? Is that crevices? Is that a crevice? So then I looked it and I read the definition and I was like, oh, LOL, yeah, it is that word. Just had never seen it in real life.
Very cool.
Out in the wild. Anyways, welcome.
Welcome back. Side note, if you're listening, we have about 80% of our returning listeners not subscribed or following, so
Bruh.
if you could support us.
Please. That'd be cool. Like, really cool.
It would be cool. So,
Yeah, just hit subscribe. I mean, it really doesn't make a
subscribe
difference.
or follow.
Yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of following on YouTube,
You know what? All I'm saying is,
but Spotify and Apple.
cost $0.99. Actually, 0.000.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
And speaking of listening, return listeners, our homeboy Andrew, Andrew P. I think we just brought it up in the last one too, but he messaged on Instagram.
Which Sam runs the Instagram. I don't see anything on there.
Yeah, Miguel runs YouTube. So
yeah, YouTube does not do very good. So. That's probably why he went to Instagram. He's like, oh, fuck this guy.
But he was like, you should check this out. I think you like it. And I looked it up, and I liked it. So, I think Miguel knows what it is, because I brought it up at one point. But it was, I was like, but I'm not going to tell you a lot, because I want to do it out.
I remember you telling me about it, but I forgot even what, like, the title is. I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, the SS Ourang. Ourang Medan. I literally asked one of my friends to tell me how to say it today, and I already forgot how she said it.
What is it?
This one right here. It looks like Ourang. Ourang?
Ourang Medan.
Ourang Medan.
Just kidding. I have no idea. But it's spelled Ourang Medan.
Medan.
Ourang Medan. I have no
Anyways.
idea. Super silly Ourang Medan.
We're just gonna call it OM, you know? The SSOM.
We'll just call it the Ourang.
Ourang. The Ourang boat.
The Ourang.
Ourang boat. I don't know why I went country there for a second, but anyways.
You tend to do that. And you're wearing a very Western shawl right now.
Western? Yeah. You gave it to me, so... Are you trying to say something? You just want me to be Gantry.
I'll say I'd return it if I were you.
Anyways, it is the Ourang ship is a ghost ship, a mysterious ship.
Like the Flying Dutchman?
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if that's a real thing or if SpongeBob just made it up.
that's not even SpongeBob. I'm pretty sure it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, you've never seen SpongeBob?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it was Pirates of the Caribbean before SpongeBob.
That is entirely false. But go ahead, continue living your fantasy life. Go
I
ahead.
don't know. Okay, gosh, you got so offended by it.
I just
Yeesh.
can't. I have so many.
Yeesh.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Honestly. Go ahead.
Okay, well, are you gonna cut me off?
Yes.
Okay, well.
Anyways, so.
Our boat, our vessel, as you will, it went down in the 1940s. Okay, went down. So, the year is not precise, but I'll set the mood. It's 1947 or 1948. Do you know what was going on back then?
I think that's the end of World War II.
That is World War II. World War II, baby.
Okay.
So this is in the Strait of... Okay, also there's a little... We're gonna go off of this one story, but it was over by, Indonesia, like Malaysia, so like right in between there. It's called the Malacca Strait.
Okay.
But it's like
believe
right in between those two. It's kind of by the Philippines-ish.
And the Philippines are south of Asia?
Yeah. So it's like...
They're islands, right?
Yeah, so like if you looked at like China,
Okay.
you know how like when the U.S., we look at the map and the U.S. is like right there on the left side and then everybody else is on the other side?
Yeah.
If you kind of rotated the map to where China's then on the left side and the U.S. is on the other side, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
It's like that area of ocean. Like, if that was the best way I could look at it on a map and it makes sense. Like, Hawaii's over there.
Okay.
I can't remember what the name of that ocean is.
The
Is it Pacific?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's the very specific ocean.
Okay. I had a hard time with that for a long time as a kid, so thanks for bringing it up.
You
did? Yes.
Wow.
Anyways, me and my big old brain. Anyways, this Dutch vessel was out in the strait, right? In that strait.
So this SS Ourang did exist. It was a real thing?
I'm not... Just listen to my story.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Technically, I'll tell you right now,
Well,
there's
I'm
hard evidence.
I'm
but
listening to your story,
okay.
but you're saying which ship was in the strait there?
The Ourang.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
SS Ourang.
That's what I was asking.
Okay. So, Morse code is still around, right? So, they go, do. A distress call goes out from this SS Ourang. All officers, including Captain, dead, lying in chart room and on bridge. Probably the whole crew dead. That was the message. The call then was also followed by one more final statement. I die. And that was it. That was the communication. The Silver Star, an American boat, whatever, ship, was actually the closest. That's like the distress call goes out and they got it. They're the closest one, so they went over there to check it out. Nothing looked weird. They were just like, why did this freaking boat call for distress, right? Literally didn't look like, and apparently that area is like, has some pirates.
Okay.
So they were kind of like, those pirates would just like, ransack a boat, but you would see it. Like you would see like the boat been like, not distressed, but like, it would have been looking like it was in distress or like have like something's wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. So they pull up beside, they end up like, being able to get on the boat. They're like, okay, like this guy looks fine, but like nobody was there. Like they didn't see any movement. So they like got on board. Everyone is dead. Everybody is looking up at the sky with their, like, looking up scared with their arms out, dead, frozen in place.
What the hell?
Like, just, yeah.
What the fuck?
Because they went to go look, and they were hoping, they were like, well, maybe we'll find, like, at least the guy who, like, beep, 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 beep.
I died.
Oh, I died. Well, apparently, I guess he didn't. Which I'm like, okay, well, if he said I died, how did you send a message? But whatever. But no, there was nobody there. And then while they were looking around, a fire broke out. So they evacuated off the boat super fast. Blew up, sunk.
With the U.S. boat on there?
No, like, they got their people off, and they were like, what the heck? And then it just went poof,
Hey.
while they were starting to get away from it.
How many people were supposed to be on that boat?
I don't know. This has a lot of vigs.
Oh, super wishy-washy.
Yes.
You know the size of the boat, approximately?
Oh, I have no idea.
No.
But
I would like to know the size of the boat.
I don't know.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you, because there's no manifest of this boat ever existing. And by World War II, every single ship was made. Like, that would have been like a freight or whatever, like a large enough thing to hold that many people, la-di-da, would have been in a manifest. Like, no matter what. Like, the name of this boat would be there. Nothing.
Interesting.
So, an explosion happened. And it literally lifted off the surface when it exploded. So, like, I said that the thing, like, caught on fire and then it exploded, right?
Yeah.
Because they were gonna, like, tow it back to shore. Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how boats work. It's not like, I don't know if you can't just, like, hop on and, like, drive it home, you know, kind of a thing.
I mean, I feel like
you could,
but if
like,
it caught fire, you probably wouldn't want to.
Well, it wasn't on fire when they were, like, getting it. Because obviously they would have had to, like, connect to it to be able to get on it, right? So, I think they were, like, hooked up. The fire started, so they started getting off. And then, like, that's what they were going to do was tow it. But then it freaking poof. And it literally lifted off the surface of the water. And then sunk immediately. People say. It, like, hopped.
Okay, that makes me think if maybe there was something underneath it, like a submarine that hit with a torpedo or something.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But I have a couple theories, which I'm gonna kind of throw past you. Which one you would, like, think would be the most? There's, like, I have about 5. I have 5. But the whole crew had passed, and yeah, they said their eyes were, like, bludgeoned with, like, terrified, just, like, eyes were bulged and had, like, super scary.
Okay, so you were saying that they were found on the ship, like, with
their mouths open, their arms outreach as if
they're
reaching for something.
Reaching for the sky?
For
like
something.
They were on their back?
I don't know. I mean, it just said that, because, I mean, we don't have any, like, physical evidence, right?
That's true.
But, like, they just said that they were all, like, reaching for something with their mouth open and their eyes, like wide open, like, bulge. Like, when you say, like, oh, your eyes are, like, bulging out of your head.
Weird.
Don't
like that at all.
Yeah. They were found with, like, teeth bared, faces turned upwards towards the sun, staring. That was also a quote. They say that the resident's dog was frozen. Like, dead. But, like, frozen in a mid-growl looking face.
What the hell?
And it was midsummer temperatures. It's not like it froze. But this is in the middle of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
Captain America.
Was Captain America World War II or World War I?
It was World War II. Because he was fighting the Nazis.
Yes, that is correct. I don't know. I always think of Hydra.
Yeah.
Because
technically Hydra
was yeah, that's right. So that is, like, the story. The other part is that in 1984, a Dutch-Indonesian newspaper released this, right, that it had happened, And they said that an Italian missionary was discovered a survivor of this incident on this boat. He washed up the shore with like 6 dead bodies on this freaking little dinghy that he got off on. And he was just so exhausted and everything, where they were trying to help, like, get more questions from him. But funny enough, 10 days after the incident, he's dead. He died from exhaustion. So, anyways, technically there's a survivor, but there really wasn't. So, they think that it could be...
That kind of is a win, but... Go ahead.
So, because that was found, but it wasn't found in every source that I found.
What else did you find?
So, theories on what happened.
Okay.
Do you have any guess on any of them? Because I'm guessing you have a few.
I'm going to go with... how many theories do you have?
I have 5.
5 theories, goddamn, okay. During World War II, has to be with a secret Hitler weapon.
So, I mean, we have foul play, yeah, but it was more of pirates. So pirates were the problems down there in that area.
Okay.
So pirates were known for, like, that Southeast Asia area. It wasn't uncommon that they would literally get on ships or like a ransack and then be done. But that doesn't explain how everything was on the ship, including the people. Everything.
Okay. So
the other
pirates aren't it? There's always a secret military experiment. That's
like
always
hazardous cargo, maybe. So that's one where they say that this is the most, like, which that's what I thought. I was like, bro, what kind of, like, air did they go through? So people say, they were taking something super hazardous, which then either went bad or, like, seal broke or something. But it could be a hazardous chemical.
Did you look into any...
Including nerve agents.
I can see that one.
But it was illegally transporting it, so that's why they say that there wasn't maybe as much openness about the ship or, like, what it was really doing or anything like that, because maybe it was illegally doing things to get through World War II. They did say, some people say it was going from China to Costa Rica, but that was, like, one thing that I saw. But that either, like, poor weather conditions, especially, like, midsummer, we know that, like, summer storms can really happen out in the tropics. But it could have released some gases, which, like, if it's a nerve agent or a subtoxic or toxic substance left over from the war, that it could have poisoned with asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation.
Thank you. Or poisoning, like, of the air, like air poisoning.
Like it released it from the boat?
Like it would have been it would have been the cargo inside could have, because of the bad things, maybe shifted or something and, like, kind of leaked out of there. And then... Did
you look up any chemicals that were maybe used in World War II that caused that? Because I know I don't know if the mustard gas was used, but that's not...
I mean, it was used in...
Yeah, but I don't know if it was used in World War II. I know it was used in World War I.
Well, think about it. People were trying to make nukes and stuff, too, in World War II.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that. But, and then since, with the sudden fire and everything, they say that, okay, that could be because of the hazardous material. They say carbon monoxide poisoning, which I think kind of goes hand in hand, but...
Carbon monoxide poisoning doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it said, with it being colorless and odorless, it could have killed quickly.
Yeah, but you said there were some people were they on the inside of the building? Inside of the ship?
They were everywhere. They were just everywhere.
Outside of the ship?
Yeah, they were all over.
Yeah. But I discount that carbon monoxide.
Because they said, Yeah, it says that there was no... But yeah, it doesn't really... It says that it could have happened from the boils malfunctioning, but you would think it would be inside the boat, yeah. But the theory was, they were like, it just doesn't help because their faces were, like, terrified. Like, their faces look so scared. They always say, of course, a classic paranormal. Something spooky. Aliens came down.
Literally, I was thinking aliens.
Or Cthulhu.
No way.
Just kidding. No, I'm just bringing that up myself. I'm just obsessed with Cthulhu now.
Yeah. The Cult of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've even looked into it.
I know. Kind of scary because it just always is in my brain. So what if they've already planted their thoughts into me?
Yeah, you never know. It's in the ocean too.
But yeah, paranormal, they're like, oh, these ghostly forces of like whatever. That could be what paranormal, you could think of anything, really. But from what I found, this is a bunch of baloney.
The whole ship is?
The whole thing. So that's what they say is. Then the other thing is just an exaggeration.
Well,
what are you doing?
I need to see how it's spelt again in my head.
I thought Miguel was trying to read ahead.
No, I'm not trying to read ahead. No, it doesn't make sense in my head. Okay, so this whole ship never really existed.
That's what I was saying earlier was, back in the day, they would have, especially around World War II, every, like, just like how every vehicle has, like, a VIN, every name of the ship, every ship had a name, and every ship was accounted for. You would think, right? Obviously, there's going to be some that slip through the crack, blah, blah, blah.
Not even slip through the cracks, but our top secret government things that are kept off the boats. But
even with government boats, it was never even, like, acknowledged that it even existed, and they're like, there's no boat. Which, obviously, if the government wants to say no, they can say no.
They rejected the idea of the B-2 stealth bomber for 20 years before.
Nobody looked for it. They get this boat. They say that this happened, and they go back. Nobody went and looked for it. Nobody did anything about it. They were like, LOL, put it in the newspaper, and that was literally it.
Maybe it did have some chemicals in it.
Yeah, but...
that reacted with water.
I don't know. But either way, so that had happened.
Dude, let's
so
go.
The guy... Also, the other thing was, in 1940, this same exact story came out.
Same boat name?
The same name of the boat and everything.
Okay.
But then it came out again and got big in 1948.
Okay, well that tells me that's a bunch of dog shit. Yeah, you can't do that.
And guess what?
Was it CNN?
No. But in 1940, the original report was made. But then this fancy old writer that was like apparently just like an up and coming like mystery writer or whatever, he was the one that found the survivor.
I'm sure he was. Yeah, sure he was.
So
what's his name?
Where was it? One second.
We'll come back to that. Yeah, of course you did come onto this, dude.
His name was Shirley, like Schierli.
Okay, one more time. How do you spell that?
Oh, here I just put it over here. Schierli.
I can't believe.
So yeah, he literally made the original report in 1940, and then, or he was based out of the place where the story first broke in 1940, and then he reported it in 1948.
So there wasn't two reports.
Technically, it was him both times. Well, there was two reports. It was 1940 in this town, Triste or whatever, and then in 1940, which that's actually where our homeboy Silvio is from.
Silvio Shirley.
Yeah, and then in 1948, he actually created, like, he made the story, and he, like, his name was attached to it.
So what did he gain to benefit from doing it again? Was he just, like, trying to make some money, or was he a good author? Like, what was it?
Couldn't tell you.
No.
No, I don't even know if he was, like, an author. He just gave the story and, like, made it all up. So people are like, he's practically, like, just a storyteller, author kind of guy.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. So, what do you feel? What do you think? Because, yeah, some of them say it's happened in the Solomon Islands. Others say it was in the Marshall Islands, which is where we had talked about. Some people say it was a British boat. Some stories say that there was an American boat that found him. Some say that there was a dog. Some says that there wasn't a dog.
I don't know.
Or
I haven't formed an opinion yet. They all seem kind of...
Homeboy.
Except for the alien one. They don't make sense.
Or, like, the other people that we have seen, like, who, like, say, like, oh, something bad's gonna happen because the government's doing it.
Baba Vanga.
Yeah. And then they try to warn, and then it happens or something. That would be the only other things if this guy was like, dude, this happened. Like, you guys are not listening to me. And then it happened again, or whatever. That would be the only thing I could think of. If it was real, it would be like a government thing. Like I said, we were trying to make nukes back then too. And what if they were trying to do something, and if it was getting shipped out to the middle of nowhere to either, get tested on, especially it was getting headed to a part of an ocean that was pretty empty.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
I would believe that it was a covert kind of mission, and they were transporting some kind of chemical, although it just doesn't make sense because what country owned the boat?
It says that it was a Dutch one.
A Dutch boat?
Uh-huh.
Were they allies?
But the other part is, I think the other part is that so many people, like, I was like, oh, I bet Reddit has some good stuff on it. Everybody's like, this is a hoax. This is fake. This is a hoax. This is fake.
So, I guess I'm not even going to ask you what your sources are, because you have your methods and your ways.
I mean, I went to, like, this freaking ship website that goes into history of all sorts of crazy, like, ship stories.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a different one that was like, oh, all things spooky, which didn't even tell me anything about it, even hinting at it being a hoax. So that was the first one I read, and I was like, dang, this is crazy. Another one was like, oh, it could be. And then I was like, huh. And then I went to Reddit, too. And, because usually I find some good stuff there, because it's just like a bunch of people.
You can find anything on Reddit, for better or for worse.
Yeah. And it's a hoax. It's a hoax. It was such a cool story until I found out it was a hoax. It was just so crazy. And I was like, you kind of ruined my stuff. Mm-hmm. But I could see it. I could. The only thing that hangs me up is the story coming out in 1940, which somebody did image a picture of that newspaper. And then in 1948...
Change the boat name if you're going to do that.
Bro.
Yeah. Change the boat name, buddy. There's a hint for you.
Yeah, but, like, that's how... Yeah. I was like, damn it. So, and that's what I found it on Reddit, like, the actual, like, it's like, no, like, you can go to this website to get, like, all the, like, old newspapers, especially from back then, because they're all imaged at this point, right? Mm-hmm. And there it was, right there. Like, dang it. But, yeah.
My mind would go towards, like, yeah, I could see it being a military experiment gone wrong. Or not a military experiment, but a military mission gone, like, failed. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, notoriously, the U.S. government has picked up its own messes. Mm-hmm. Or try to cover up their own messes, saying, oh, that never happened. Scrub everything from the books. Mm-hmm. Nothing, this never existed. Mm-hmm. We didn't kill JFK. We didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Notoriously, they are not good at it, but they will deny. So the fact that it's not on any books doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Even if it was supposed to be documented.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me if it were to be that. I can see it being the military thing.
Yeah. I could 100% see be, especially around World War II, I could definitely see it.
Yeah,
because
the
biochemical, like...
It was a fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fear. But it was like, it lines up kind of nice. Not nice, but it lines up right where I think we were already 2 years into World War II at that point.
Haven't we had to look up when was World War... When? Like,
yeah.
when...
And I'm not even sure World War II is with Nazis, honestly.
That is that one.
Yeah. Okay, I was pretty confident, but I wasn't 100%.
Yeah, that is that one.
Because then what was World War One about?
That one was... What is that one?
It
was from... The start date was 1939. Oh, and ended in 1945.
Oh, so it was after World War II.
Yeah, it was technically just right after, right on the edge. And then World War One was 14 to 18. 1914 to 1918. It says that... What started it? It said the assassination of an Australian archduke.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We've covered this.
Yeah. So, yeah. Guess that was that. But, so yeah, it was like coming right off of there, so people were like, maybe they were putting stuff away or whatever. I don't know.
No,
but then I'm like,
up.
Yeah.
Because then, I think 20 years later, we were in the Cold War.
Yes, it was just on here. It said Cold War as well. Let's see. The Holocaust, Cold War was in... That was during the Cold War. 1947.
So that makes it more interesting. Where we're like, we're not at war, it's not war times, but everybody's building nukes. Everybody's kind of gearing up.
Well, at this point, then, the U.S. would have already made their nuke.
Yeah.
So then...
Yeah, but, the rest of the world wars, too. And we're kind of near China at that point.
Well, some reports said that it was coming from China and going to Costa Rica. And it was trying to not be detected, so that's why it was going through that area.
Costa Rica is south of...
Florida.
South of Florida. What else is over that way?
DC's up.
You are correct.
But what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? There's
Where's
Florida.
Cuba?
Cuba, I think, is right there, too.
The Cuban Missile Crisis, which was during the Cold War.
See, that's what I'm saying. We're going through a lot of war this time, so I could see it being very military-esque.
I could see it, too.
So, but my only thing, like I said, the one thing is it being an original report in 1940, and then 8 years later getting reported again.
Yeah, just for that fact, I'm going to go with false. This is fake news.
Unless it was like a rerun, but like, who cares? It's not even a 10-year mark.
I don't have enough money to build 2 boats and sink them both. I don't know. This guy obviously is a failed author. So...
But yeah, that's what I got for you.
That was interesting. Bunch of twists and turns.
Thanks for saying that. Appreciate it. Any questions?
Any questions? I don't think so. Now that I know that it's more than likely a hoax. I kind of want to know how Andrew found it. Like, what brought him across this?
Maybe he knows about it. I hope he knows that maybe it was a hoax.
What if he is Silvio Shirley?
He could technically still be alive if he wrote the story when he was 14.
Yeah, dude. Everybody on the internet.
Technically, right? Because, like,
if he wrote the article when he was 10.
Yeah.
Then he'd be
old. Or his dad wrote it.
And carried the legacy.
And then he carried the legacy.
I think we just uncovered it all. I honestly think we just uncovered it all. Yeah.
When you just never meet people, you just make up crazy cool stories.
Yeah.
mean, this would be a cool story to have under your belt. That's for sure. You got all sorts of people believing it.
When I was 10 years old, I carried on my dad's legacy. I was 15.
18, he would have been 18.
I was 15 the first time I saw him kill a man.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. That's the end of it.
Cool. You got any banter you want to do?
Banter.
Banter at the end of it?
Banter at the end.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. We might
yeah.
talk a little bit. We might not. We'll just see where this conversation takes us.
I know, we haven't, during the whole thing, usually we always have one thing of, we're going to come back to that. But we didn't this time. Ironically, because I info-bombed you.
No, that was good.
And you didn't cut me off, so that ironically.
It helps when I have duct tape over my mouth. It really does.
Good thing we don't record, or else you'd see Miguel just like Morse code blinking. Help.
I know.
Me.
Well, maybe one day. Let us know, actually, if you want us to go to video.
Yeah. We've gone back and forth on it.
Yeah, we've gone back and forth. It's just... So this is our thing right now, is that we go to video, and then we have to look nice in order to record. I guess we don't have to.
Yeah, but like... Realistically, we put down a toddler to bed and had work all day.
Yeah, we work all day still. We make lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner just like everybody. Maybe not breakfast, but... And then we put our kid down for bed. And
that doesn't even include the like in-between of the playing and the wrestling around.
And then at the end of the day, this is how... End of the day, sometime on the weekend, this is how we end our day. And we... don't look great. I have dried cottage cheese on my leg right now.
I have diaper cream on my shoulder.
Yeah, so maybe one day we'll record.
I don't know. Maybe it's too real for everybody.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the real thing.
The move is that's a realistic expectation of what date night can be, or just hanging out with some good people.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about world news.
Nah, let's not.
Let's not talk about world news.
Yeah.
Let's talk about any conspiracy theories you've heard recently. I've heard of a couple. Actually, most of everything I listen to is conspiracy theories.
What even makes a conspiracy theory? It's just not real proven yet?
Not necessarily that it's... it depends on the conspiracy theory.
Because this could be a conspiracy theory.
True, but it's already debunked itself. So a conspiracy theory is like... the New World Order. You ever heard of that?
Or Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, that's a real thing. But maybe it's motive in the background. That's the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's the conspiracy. I see what you're
like
saying.
if Cthulhu is secretly controlling the world.
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
Right? Or like...
But like there is an actual group. So it's like, yeah, like the group.
Yeah, that would be my guess about it. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy expert, but...
I remember when we used to listen to those podcasts. It was just called Conspiracy Theories. And it would be like a...
They're so bland, not thinking about it now.
I know. They were just so like...
I would love to do a whole podcast on just conspiracy theories. Because then you'd realize how fucking crazy I am.
Oh my gosh. We couldn't even do one in one go. We would have to make it like a 17-part one.
I'd make a whole new podcast.
We could just make it like a sub-podcast, like a different season or something.
Yeah, a sub-podcast.
Yeah.
Just how everything ties into the Rothschild family.
I know. You could talk someone's ear off. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let me know. Maybe I'll start a new podcast where we start down at the low levels of local politicians and how it leads all the way up the chain of command.
It's whoever's got the most money in the pot.
Not even the most money in the pot.
Oh.
Anyways.
Anyways.
What are the good things happen this week?
I don't know. By the time this one comes out, it's gonna be pretty darn close to Thanksgiving. So, hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. What are you thankful for?
Oh yeah. Me? Are you asking me or are you asking them?
Both? I mean, I was asking both of you.
Oh, okay. Well, me, I'm thankful for family, obviously.
Typical.
I know. What are we so typical?
I mean, I'm thankful for a lot of things. Especially recently, not even just because it's like Thanksgiving time, but like in general, especially this last year, especially having like a kid and stuff, makes me like really thankful for what we have around us.
Yeah, it definitely changes the holidays, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. But we are doing like a little thankful tree at work. I literally put sweet treats because
I do not doubt that at all.
sweet treats are a gift.
Yeah.
I could be thankful for that any day.
I
A sweet
wish-
little treat.
Really?
Yeah. Mess me up with a sweet treat. I had a good old savory dinner. I'm like, now I gotta balance it out with a nice little sweet treat.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I have a savory dinner, dude, and I think, yeah, I could eat something. And it literally could be anything.
I know.
Jerky.
You could eat anything. You're kind of like a garbage disposal, Loki. You could just eat anything I give
As
you.
long as it's not green.
That's a lie.
Just kidding. I eat vegetables.
I know. We tricked Miguel into eating a lot more vegetables than I think he does.
I don't eat that many vegetables.
Just gotta sneak them in.
Regardless, what am I thankful for this year? Probably the Polaris Razor XR1000. It's a pretty sweet razor. Well,
Okay.
that is our cue to go, my friends. We got a
See you
crying
later.
baby. I'll talk to you guys later.